So if you clicked on this video, it means that you are a growth operator, or maybe a coach, or a growth partner, or maybe an agency, a consultancy. Doesn't really matter. In this video, I'm going to give you my personal experience with growth operating. Been in this space for about 10 months or 11 months. It's not a lot of time, but I've gained quite a lot of experience and skills, so I'm kind of able to talk about those things. So behind me, you can see a whiteboard. I'm gonna illustrate some things. So when it comes to growth operating, or at least the way that most YouTubers and gurus are talking about it online, is with launches, right? So launches with done for you services, mostly done for you. I hope you can see that. I need to flip the video on the editing, but yeah, doing launches for these creators, whether it's with drop shippers or Amazon FBA, or doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's mostly doing launches. The problem with this is that you need to go after these big creators. When I'm talking big, it's like 15K, 20K, 30K, maybe 10K. And I'm not saying that it's hard to find these creators, but it's kind of, at least from my experience, okay? This is my experience. It's kind of hard to find creators that haven't done any launch yet. Most of them at this stage, they have some kind of info product online already. Whether it's coaching or a paid community, it doesn't really matter. Most of them already have something. And the problem with this is, again, I'm repeating myself, but it's hard to find someone that hasn't launched anything. And again, I'm speaking from experience, because even though I was doing outreach for quite some time, I found it hard to find these types of creators, right? So what I've done is, with all of the skills that I've acquired over the past few months, and I'm talking about copywriting, funnel building, content strategies, email marketing, webinar launches, VSL scripting and framework, appointment setting, yeah, you name it. If you've been in the space, you know what I'm talking about. I basically took all of those skills and created my own unique mechanism. Not unique mechanism, but I mean my own approach. I don't know if someone is doing this the way that I'm doing. Probably yes, but still I'm going to explain it because I haven't seen any content on this. So what I'm talking about is a two-method hybrid approach, right? What do I mean by a two-method hybrid approach? Instead of you just going to creators that have, that criteria that I've just talked about, with a 15K or 20K follower plus, without any type of info product, you can go as well to those that just need scaling, okay? And I'm gonna underline this too. So two-method hybrid, this is fucked, but doesn't really matter. I forgot an R, but yeah, so two-method hybrid approach, launches and scaling. What does this mean? So yeah, as I was saying, instead of just going to launches only, you can do scaling as well. And when it comes to criteria within the scaling part, you can go to creators that don't even have a lot of following. But here's a caveat. With launches, you go to creators, these big guys like on the dropshipping or with brand scaling or any of those. When it comes to scaling, you go to offers that are already established. So this mostly works with coaches. In my example, I mostly work with health coaches, wellness coaches, mindset coaches, because I come from a background that makes sense for me to be approaching these coaches in this niche. But even though I don't restrict myself to this niche, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you go to coaches that have already an established offer and they just need scaling. And using the skills that you've learned with the growth operating, the copywriting, the content systems, the funnel building, the landing pages, it's the same bullshit, but yeah. You go in there and just, instead of just doing a done for you service to them, you do as well a done with you. I hope you can see that. Yeah, this is confusing. I'm gonna erase it and just simplify things. But it all just comes down to this: is the two-method hybrid approach. You go to launches, to creators that need launches without any info product, but you use those same skills to just scale already established offers from coaches online. In my opinion, the best part of this is that you don't need to go after these big creators. You can go to coaches that have even like 1,000 or 2,000 followers. So it's much easier for you that if you are not a if you are like just a beginner, it doesn't really work for you because you have no skills whatsoever, because this is a done with you. So it's mostly coaching, even though you have some elements of done for you, where you have the landing pages and stuff. Mostly it's done with you because you need to go in there and help that coach in his early stages in his coaching offer. This really all comes down to just personal branding, right? But as I was saying, if you are not a beginner but maybe an intermediate with some types of skills, maybe copywriting or email marketing, or you know how maybe content works and how to attract leads and bring attention and how to educate, nurture the whole funnel. By the way, I have a funnel training in my channel as well. If you want to check it out, it's a focus acquisition funnel. But yeah, just continuing. If you are an intermediate, you can start transitioning from done for you to doing a done with you with a done for you. So this is why it's the two method hybrid approach, because you have the done with you components on your offer as well as done for you. And you can just say that done with you is coaching or consulting, whatever you want to call it. So I'll try and give you an example of how you can apply to launches and scaling established offers. So I hope you can see that this creator, the number one, this is an example, okay? 20K plus followers on Instagram. And the second one, this coach, he has 2K followers, 3K, maybe 1K even, sometimes even less than 1K. You can find these types of creators that can become clients for you. So for the first creator, he has no offer. This is when you come in with the proper growth operating skills and help him do a launch, right? So with the launch, what do? You do the market research, whether it's from DMs or from free calls. If you want to do a webinar launch, you set up the webinar launch. You can create the school community if you are doing low ticket. You can set up email campaigns. You implement appointment setters, even closers. I don't know if I'm missing anything else. Oh, you can even create his own offer. I mean, that's the whole point of doing the launch. You are helping him, the creator in this case, create the offer from zero, right? I think I'm missing something. I'm not sure. I haven't prepared this video, but yeah. So no offer, a creator with a big following. Theoretically, if this goes well, you can make a lot of money, right? Because you are doing the whole market research, the full-on launch. Doesn't really matter if you are doing with a free class on web as a webinar, or even just a story launch on Instagram. Yeah, this is basically what you do. What is the problem with this? Again, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, it's kind of hard to find these creators. I've been in various communities where the same people are saying that they have been doing outreach for months and months. Now, again, probably there are a lot of factors to take into account. Maybe if you are doing outreach from a shitty profile with no pictures and you don't seem like a human, maybe that's the problem. But yeah, this is the problem, in my opinion. Again, doing and finding these creators are not really easy. Now I'm gonna jump into the second criteria, which is coaches with an already established offer, even if they have low follower account. With the follower account, they are way easier to find, and the probability of them actually buying your services is much higher because they are in a bigger pain. They feel stuck. They don't have the knowledge. Even though they have an offer, maybe they are not charging as much. I've seen coaches charging like 300 a month for their services. Like, it's mind-blowing. And so, in my opinion, from my experience and from experience of other growth operators that I know, these types of coaches need your help the most, not these. Maybe they just don't want to make a launch, so take that into account. So with the second one, with a 2K follower, 1K, 3K, you can help with the content strategy, for example. Even if they have been quite consistent with the content, most of it is just doesn't really work. It's bullshit content. You go in there and help optimize his offer. Maybe he's doing a very commoditized service, for example, just ongoing check-ins, or if for example, the creator or the coach in this case is a fitness coach, if he's just helping people lose fat and get shredded, there's no unique twist to it. There's no unique mechanism. There's nothing that really makes him stand out from the crowd. So again, you can go in there and optimize this offer. I want to remind you guys, this mostly works if you have at least some kind of experience in the online space, because you cannot go in there and act as a business coach for someone with 2K followers if you have no experience whatsoever. So get some skills. You can start with copywriting or email marketing, but this video is really for people that feel stuck even though they have at least some skills when it comes to digital marketing. Continuing, maybe they don't even have a proper funnel / landing page. And one of the things that I see most common with these types of coaches, even their YouTube content is not on point, or they haven't posted in months. And the unique thing that these coaches need is really trust, is gaining attention. And you go in there and make them stand out from the crowd, so therefore they get more followers and people eyeballs looking at their offer. So yeah, even though I just said YouTube, it's just really content strategy. It's personal branding at the end of the day. But yeah, continuing. Maybe they again, you can do the same things, the same stuff that you've done for the creator with 20K, as an example, like the email marketing, you can do the same thing for him. Or even with appointment setting. You can just give him the appointment setting scripts and frameworks, so then they don't let any leads fall through the cracks when it comes to their DMs. Because again, they are the biggest ones in pain. They have no skills. And the beauty of this is that you can charge a lot of money to help these types of creators because they feel stuck. They don't know what to do. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just applying the skills that you've learned with growth operating to a broader audience that need your help as a service provider, as a growth operator, whatever you want to call it. What the fuck just happened? So let me summarize what I've just said throughout this minute. You go from a done for you to a done for you and done with you. And some sauce on the way that you can redo your offer to transition into done with you as well, in combination with done for you. Instead of doing it as a growth partner, instead of just marketing yourself as a growth partner, you market yourself as a coach, or maybe a temporary growth partner. Let me explain. You need to create your own program as a coach. So the way that I do this is, it's 90 days. And during those 90 days, I gave my clients action steps. And once a certain amount of action steps are done, I give them new action steps. It's like I'm holding their hand throughout these 90 days so they can get from point A to point B. And you should charge high prices for this. I'm not gonna say what I charge for my services, but you should have like a really high price, a premium price, because you are changing their lives at the end of the day. So I would recommend like 3K plus. Reminding as well, this is not for beginners, for full-on beginners, because the done with you, it's basically coaching. And if you don't have any skills or knowledge when it comes to personal branding or coaching or whatever you want to call it, you cannot be an imposter and pretend that you know something and charge these types of prices. So really, growth operating, in my opinion, it's not easy. It's not easy for beginners. In my opinion, if you are a full-on beginner and you still want to do growth operating with launches only, I would recommend you guys to get a mentor, because if you're just firing from the hip and doing a launch with a creator and the thing flops, like, you'll have no credibility whatsoever. If you didn't have before, now you'll have like negative credibility. So yeah, my recommendation, if you are a beginner, just learn a skill from zero. Just one skill, because growth operating, you require multiple skills. Learn one skill and go with it. And once you can get a creator, for example, with copywriting, and you show them some type of results, you've already created some type of trust with your creator, with your client. So then you can pitch other services as well, and then you start being a full-on growth operating with all that skill stack. So yeah, I think that's it. Follow me on Instagram, shoot me a DM. I reply to everyone. If you want to ask some questions, if you want to, if you don't want to, it's okay for me. So yeah, let me know what you think of this video and my approach to things. Maybe I'm bullshitting, I don't know, but this is just from my personal experience. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one.